Jackie, 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 Jackie.
Oh, I'm a mess. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be reviewing the Jackie AINA x Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette that you see right here. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it, as well as show you how I got this eye look today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm looking rough. Let's cake this face. So today we're using the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jackie AINA palette. Of course, the whole video is a review on this. I kind of want to be basic, but also like not basic, so I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna first take this shade right here called Ginger. The palette does come with a little brush and a mirror like every Anastasia palette does. The brush is like the standard brush that every Anastasia palette gets. It has like a flat packing side and like a little blending side. I wish Anastasia would kind of like experiment with their brushes a little bit. I'm gonna take Ginger and run it through my crease. I do have my eyes already prepped and primed by Anastasia eye primer. Just figured that primer would be nice with this palette. But anyways, I wish Anastasia would put like different brushes in their new palettes, because here's the thing. They've been using that same brush since Modern Renaissance, and I get it because it's cheaper that way, you know, because then they only have to do one large shipment of brushes rather than like multiple. But I don't know, if you own every Anastasia palette like me, it's kind of like I have now like 45 of the same brush. Not really 45, but you get what I mean. This shade is beautiful. It's quite deeper than I anticipated. However, Jackie is a woman of color, so I feel like a lot of these shades are gonna show up like more rich and deeper on me because they're meant for someone of her skin tone to show up on, you know? So, I feel like all eyeshadow should show up on all skin tones, but that's a different conversation. But you know what I mean. Usually when you dip into a palette and you see a color like this, you don't expect it to look like this on my eyes. I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush like this one right here from BH Cosmetics and grab the shade Edges. And I'm focusing that right into my crease. I'm not going to take it as far and high as I took Ginger, but right there in the crease, just to kind of warm it up a little bit. I do want to take this shade right here called Sponsored. It's like a really pretty blue, green, brown. Now, I will say this is not my first time using this palette. I did use it yesterday for a look. I'll insert a clip of the look right here. Beautiful look. I used the shade Zam, and the two shades I've already used in my crease plus Credit. Beautiful look, beautiful. But I want to do something different because I already tried that look yesterday. So I'm going to take the shade Sponsored, which that name is so funny to me. I am going to spray my brush just to make it more metallic. And I'm going to apply it to my lid. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, this shimmer is beautiful. It's not like super like glittery and metallic, but it is a very, very pretty shimmer. I'm actually gonna take the brush that came in the palette and then pick up the shade Credit right there. And I'll place that on my outer corner. Oh, that's beautiful. Credit is like a really pretty chocolatey brown, and it looks so nice paired against Sponsorship or Sponsored. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful eye look, if I do say so myself. I will also say I'm not getting a ton of fallout. I'm getting a little bit of fallout, like just like right here and here. But usually with Anastasia palettes, the fallout is like insane. This one, not so much. I don't know if Jackie like tweaked with not the formula, but maybe the pressing of the shadows a little bit to make it not so fallouty. I'm gonna take a little bit of Soleil and highlight my brow bone. Is Soleil new? Or is that a repeat? Like, is that a shade they've had? It might not be, but I've definitely heard this name before for some makeup product, which I'm sure it's probably common. It's Soleil. I can't think of... Oh, my Milani Baked Bronzer. That's what the name of that is. I'm sure it's not relevant, but... Okay, so I think that's it for my top lid. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes and the rest of my makeup off camera, and I'll be back for my lower lash line. It's like I'm a whole different person, huh? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the lower lash line so we can finish off this eye look. I can give you guys my final thoughts and opinions about the palette. All right, I'm gonna first take Ginger, and I'm gonna buff that on my lower lash line from inner to outer corner. I'm gonna take Edges and do the same exact thing that I did to Ginger. And then I'm going to take Credit and place that in the outer corner of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take Soleil and highlight my inner corner. Alright guys, and that is my completed look using the Jackie AINA x Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. So my final thoughts and opinions on this palette. I love it. And you know what? I don't want to hear a damn thing about it, okay? If you've been watching me for a minute now, you know my obsession with Anastasia eyeshadows. Like, I literally own all the palettes. I love all the palettes. Subculture, you know, she's a little difficult to work with, but besides that, all the palettes are consistent in formula. They all have the most beautiful mattes and shimmers, and they all blend so well, and they're so soft and pigmented and buttery and smooth. Y'all know, I love my Anastasia eyeshadows. That isn't a secret, so it was no shock to me that I was gonna like this palette or that I do like this palette, because it literally performs just like every other Anastasia palette. The mattes, super pigmented, they blend like butter, they blend together very well, they blend out very well. The shimmers, beautiful. Like I said, I've only used Sponsored, and then I did use Zam yesterday on my lid, but both are stunning, both are magnificent. What I will say about this palette in comparison to other Anastasia palettes is this palette is much richer. The colors seem to go a bit deeper. The colors have more like opacity to them. Is that the right word I'm looking for? I think that's the right word I'm looking for, but maybe I'm wrong. The colors just have more color to them, if that makes sense. They aren't as sheer. Not that Anastasia shadows are ever sheer, they're always quite pigmented, but these are like super pigmented, but not in a scary way, and like they're like, the color is there, you know? And again, I think it's because Jackie is a woman of color, and she wanted these shadows to show up on her and, you know, people look like her. And again, I think all eyeshadows honestly should. These shadows are so beautiful. Obviously, they're not too dark on my eyes. I read some comments on, I think it was Treadmood's post, saying like that these shadows are gonna be too dark for white people, and I don't even understand how you would get there. Like, what shadow is too dark for a white person? Literally all eyeshadows show up on white people. I didn't really understand like where that person was coming from, or like there's quite a few of those comments actually. I didn't get that. What? Why would you not want a shadow to be dark and rich on you? I mean, I get some people like nice daytime looks, like really soft beiges, pinks, peaches, and that's fine. But honestly, this palette doesn't really have those colors anyways, so I do like the color scheme in here. Again, I saw some comments saying like it was really weird because there's like reds and pinks and greens, and like, yeah, it's a little funkier, but I think it's beautiful, and I do think it's cohesive because I feel like the mattes do complement the shimmers very well, and there's a lot of different looks you can do with this, like just a lot of different unique looks. I don't know, I'm really in love with this palette, guys. I know I've only used it twice now, but I do think it's a really nice palette. I love that the packaging isn't the typical like velvet Anastasia packaging. I don't mind that packaging, but it does get dirty very, very fast, and this will not get dirty that fast, and I love that it's like holographic, iridescent. I don't really know the difference. But yeah, I'm just in love with the palette. It is $45, which is more expensive for an eyeshadow palette, but that is Anastasia's typical pricing, so it's nothing like crazy for Anastasia. I don't know, I think the $45 is worth it because these shadows are like the best eyeshadows I've ever tried. Not just this palette, even though it is, but just Anastasia in general has the best eyeshadow formula in my personal opinion, so $45 for an Anastasia palette every single time is always worth it for me, but especially this because I love Jackie. The colors that she chose for this are absolutely beautiful. I think she curated like the most perfect palette for her. Like, if I had to think of a Jackie palette, I would think of something very similar to this. I love how rich the shadows are. I love me a good rich eyeshadow. I think this palette is perfect for fall coming up, fall and winter, because it has those deep rich colors, has the greens and the purples. I think that's so beautiful for fall, so I'm super impressed with this palette. I would say I would give it a 10 out of 10, but I want to be fair, so I'll give it like a 9.5. I actually think that's all I have to say about this palette. I think that's all I gotta say. It was beautiful. I feel like this review is not helpful because I wasn't really critical, but I had nothing to criticize. Nothing that I can think of as a criticism. I think it was all beautiful. My only critique actually is the fact that there is not a matte black. I would love to put a matte black in my outer corner right now just to deepen this up some more. So if you're somebody that needs like a matte black like on an everyday basis, maybe not the palette for you, but also I have so many matte blacks and other palettes I can easily dip into. So honestly, when I'm done filming this video, I might go put matte black in my outer corner and, you know, call this look complete. But I know not everyone loves wearing black eyeshadow, and also, again, there's blacks in almost every single palette on the market, so I can understand why Jackie didn't put a black in here because it's kind of like not necessary. Especially if you own any other Anastasia palette, they will have a black in there. I'm pretty sure every palette from Anastasia does have black in it besides maybe the Ravina palette. So yeah, I can see why she didn't put black in there, but that's my only critique, is that the fact that there isn't a black and I can't deepen my shadow up to the darkest potential. But you know what? I can live with that. I have other blacks. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed today's review. If you bought this palette, let me know down below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. If you want to see any certain tutorials or looks of this palette using shades I didn't use today, let me know down below. I will gladly play with this palette some more because she's stunning. I really do want to play with the purples and the reds. Divine. But besides that, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.